The next functionality is the what-if simulation that allows you to use the analyzed process model and its configuration, modify them, and show a parallel reality in order to answer all your what-if questions. Simulation gives you more precise information on what your process would look like if you had a bigger team in the accounting department, or how much cost we would save with 3 RPA bots taking over some activities, or for example, whether your customer journey would be faster if we rerouted the returning orders. It gives you a transparent view on virtual processes that allows you to run several simulations and analyze their results, the same way you did with the original process model. The Simulation Details screen is divided into 3 tabs. Simulation Setting tab allows you to modify the basic configuration parameters of the process and define resources and their timetables. By clicking here, a simulation log will be later imported as a new Minit process in the current project, once the simulation is finished. That can be later compared with the original process. Simulation always takes the process model and its configured parameters from the currently open process view. Also, the number of instances and the start of the simulation is taken from the original event log. You can also set the currency abbreviation for the financial simulation. The timetable section is preset based on the current process view settings. By default, a standard 24/7 timetable is used, but when a custom calendar template is applied, this custom timetable is added to the available timetables and applied to resources. The Resources section allows you to modify the settings of resources performing on the individual activities in the process. Resources are unified in a way that a resource group is created per activity with a corresponding number of resources assigned to it. By clicking on the resource group name, you can modify the group name, number of resources in the group, cost per man-hour, or the timetable. By clicking on the plus icon, you can add a new resource group. By clicking on the X icon, it's possible to delete the existing resource item and define new resource groups by clicking the plus icon at the top of the resource list. The second tab, BPMN Process Model, shows a BPMN diagram generated from the process map in the currently open process view, including the applied filters. Gateways are automatically added to the BPMN model according to original event log. You can modify the BPMN model before executing the simulation. To edit the model, click on the Edit Model button. In the Open BPMN Editor component, you can make the necessary changes. By double-clicking on the activity, you can modify the activity setting and configuration. You can modify the resource group defined in the previous resource list, duration distribution, fixed costs, and thresholds in order to test your hypothesis. By double-clicking on the gateway, we can modify the probability of taking the individual edges from that gateway. When the setting is ready for the simulation, just click the Simulate button. When the simulation task is finished, you are notified with a pop-up window with the option to dismiss the information or show the simulation results. When a simulation task is finished, you can look at the simulation results by clicking on the third tab. In the simulation results, we can see statistics of the simulated process in terms of cycle time, costs, and utilization. This way, using the what-if simulation, we can validate our assumptions, problem causes, and proposed improvements in order to make an informed data-driven decision. The export functionality allows you to export our process map as events or cases back to various supported file formats, either with or without the applied filters. Working Hours section allows you to add calendar templates that influence the performance analysis calculation, which is by default performed on a 24/7 basis. Here we can choose a predefined 8 to 5 calendar to get more precise information on the performance analysis.